Smackdown is over. Let's talk about it. Overall, this episode, I'm not gonna lie, was pretty freaking lame, especially for the go-home episode of SmackDown before WrestleMania. Randy Orton, however, cut a really good promo. He brought up, like, when the times that Cody just took from him when he should have given back to Randy, and he had some very fair points. This is how the feud should have been the whole time, but, just hasn't been. This was overall a really good promo, and it puts Randy in the right, honestly. I just really hope their match at WrestleMania is good, because the build has been shit. And also, every time, so Randy Orton's supposed to be the heel of this feud, but every time he said Cody Rhodes, the crowd booed. So it just doesn't matter at this point. People are still gonna boo Cody. They're not gonna boo Randy. Next, we had a street fight between the MFTs and Wyatt Six. MFTs won. It was a fun match, whatever. I'm so glad this feud is done with. Solo did steal the pin from Tama Tonga. So, maybe he can turn on him sometime soon. Hopefully we don't get in an A-Town Down Under situation here. But I'm just glad this feud is over. Next, we had a match for the Tag Team Championships between Arwepa and the New Day. And Arwepa ended up getting the win. I am loving Arwepa's reign so far. They're defending the titles often. The defenses are super fun. And they're actually good matches at the same time. I really hope this is kind of like when AJ Lee had the tag titles. And they were defending it like almost every week. That was so fun. I hope we continue to get this, because it's starting to revive the tag team division, and it's a lot of fun. Next, we had a promo between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. It wasn't a great promo, but it was probably their best promo so far, which, isn't really saying much. Rhea did most of the talking. Even though the build to this has been subpar, I'm still fairly excited for the WrestleMania match. I still think, even though they haven't had a very good build, they might not have good chemistry on the mic, I think they could still put on a solid match. And if Jade does win, it could give her quite a bit of momentum, and we could see Bianca Belair potentially return. So it was originally scheduled that there was going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Julia for the Women's United States Championship on this episode of SmackDown. However, last minute it was changed to a number one contenders match with Tiffany Stratton versus the returning Jordynne Grace, who just recently got back. This is her first match back from injury. Very glad to see her back. Overall, I thought it was a pretty actually good match. They had this cool sequence where Jordynne Grace did a superplex to Tiffy and then went for another suplex, and she turned it into a DDT on Jordynne Grace, which was really cool. Tiffany Stratton did end up getting the win. They didn't say when this title match was going to be, so I don't think it's going to be at WrestleMania, unfortunately. I was thinking, maybe they'll throw the Women's US title on at the last second, but they didn't. It's not on WrestleMania. So I'm not sure when she's getting this title match, but I think Tiffy should probably win whenever she does get it. Next, we had a promo with Trick Williams, and he told Sami Zayn to come out, and a gingerbread man came out, because he's been calling him the gingerbread man the past couple weeks. This was hilarious. I was laughing so much. I loved this. Sami Zayn eventually did come out. I was thinking that under the gingerbread mask was going to be Lil Yachty, but it wasn't, because when Sami went for a halufa kick on the gingerbread man, you could see the person's neck and they were white. So Trick Williams also said that he took Lil Yachty out of his WrestleMania entrance. So that means he's not going to be at WrestleMania. Thank God! Because if he would have been at WrestleMania, been ringside, and then like won Trick Williams the match, I would have been so mad. Overall, this segment was really fun. And Trick Williams ended up standing tall with the United States Championship. He looked so damn good with that title, and he better win at WrestleMania tomorrow. Next, we had the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, and they could not have telegraphed it more that they were giving us every hint possible to show that Royce Keys is winning this. And surprise, surprise, he won it, but Joe Hendry was in the Battle Royal. So I don't know if this is his debut or if this is just a one-off. I'm not sure. If it is his main roster debut, oh baby, I am so excited. But Royce Keys did end up getting the win, and you know, I would care more about this, but the winner literally gets nothing except a trophy. They don't get a title shot, they don't get a number one contenders match, they don't get anything. They just get a trophy, and they say it's gonna propel the person's career who wins it. I'm gonna name some of the winners for the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. You tell me if this propelled their careers. Cesaro, Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, Jey Uso in 2021, Madcap Moss, Bobby Lashley, Carmelo Hayes, and The Big Show. Did that do anything for any of their careers? It didn't. They need to give something else to the winner of this match, because right now there's just like no point in winning it. This main event segment was so unbelievably lame. Literally. Okay, so this was advertised as Cody Rhodes responding to Randy Orton. That's what it was advertised as. They said he is going to respond to Randy Orton. Randy Orton or Pat McAfee was not mentioned once in the entire promo. And Cody couldn't even get anything out before CM Punk interrupted him. And then they just glazed each other for like 10 minutes straight. Like, Jesus Christ, save some jizz for your wives, will ya? Because, oh my God, the jizz would not stop flowing. Non-stop glazing of these two for 10 minutes. And then they just ended the show, you know, celebrating. And why is CM Punk missing one of the little thingies right there? I'm just noticing that. Yeah, but this main event segment was so lame. He didn't even... It's the night before WrestleMania. These two wrestlers are in the main events of WrestleMania, and neither of them said a word about the main events. Oh my God! I think technically CM Punk, like, mentioned Roman Reigns for like 5 seconds. But other than that, nothing. This was just so stupid. I hated this main event segment so much. But that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode of Smackdown. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And